Hi, everybody. I want to introduce Fred, and no introduction is really needed. We all know Fred, and we all super excited to be here. I have to tell you a special story, how grateful I am to Fred, and I have known his book back in 2008. And back in 2008, I was on my second startup, super stressed out, super worried about patients, team, overhead, bringing new patients in. And I was new to dentistry, and I had family, husband. I was so just beyond stressed out. And then I got his book. I was actually one of the first people to pre-order his book. And when I got it, I studied it back and front. I studied it and applied every principle to that second startup. Looking back, that startup not only did well, but it's actually had one of the best years. When everybody else was struggling, many offices were closing, and many dentists chose to end doing business. I kept his book in my office as a reminder. And even now, I still have a copy of his book in my office as a reminder. Everything is marketed. And because of his book, every one of my startups, and I'm on a number 7 now, has been really successful. And I contribute a big part of my success to Fred. So I'm super grateful. And I'm super grateful for his book. And I'm super grateful that he agreed to join and to share his wisdom with all of us. Welcome, Fred.
Thank you, Dr. Alderman. It's a pleasure to be here. Taking a break from going to Broadway shows today, but it's always fun to talk about marketing and dental practices and see what I can do to keep people up to speed on how to create a remarkable patient experience and create a remarkable practice.
I wanted to ask you, so when I was preparing for the meeting, I wanted to ask Fred to talk about an abundance mindset, because it's really hard for many of us at this time. And as an owner of a multi-location practice, I can relate to many dentists saying that it is challenging. We have a difficult time finding great employees. We have a difficult time dropping PPOs. We have a difficult time dealing with increase in supplies. We are faced with so many challenges, and it's really hard to remain positive and to look at a dentistry as a field of abundant opportunities. So what I would love to take you and take on that, and would love to have your wisdom and inspire us to just to look at the dentistry as a field full of abundant opportunities.
Yeah, and a good part of it is in terms of industries, we have dentistry is one of the few industries that is grossly underutilized by the general public. It's the average number of the population they estimate is about 50% goes on a pretty regular basis, which means once a year, not necessarily twice or the 3 times they probably should be going. And so that would be like if we were in the car business and half the population was still riding bicycles. We have tons of opportunity. Now, certainly not everybody can afford dentistry, but we've been given this opportunity with COVID where people have shifted a lot of their priorities from stuff and that they were spending money on to their health. And this is our opportunity to really do the oral systemic connection in people's minds, because they were so much more focused on their breath and what was coming through their mouth. And we can say, yeah, guess what? Your mouth is part of your body, and it's integral to staying healthy the rest of your life. That's why we're here. And if the insurance companies aren't going to pay for it, that's irrelevant. And just like if when people always say stuff like, well, I only want to do what my insurance pays for. And I say to them, so do you only do the things and fix the things on your car that are under warranty? I mean, if it needs brakes and they're not under car warranty, do you just keep driving without ever fixing the brakes, or do you fix the brakes? You have to invest in your body to keep it healthy. And unfortunately, healthcare is not interested in paying for you to fix your teeth. So you're going to have to pay to fix your teeth. So there's all of these opportunities if you just help people to shift. If we move people from fearing dentistry or lowering the value of it to bringing its value up to where it belongs, there's nothing but abundance. And I have talked to so many doctors who actually had a great year in 2020, and they're having a great year now. I know doctors who are booked 2-3 months out right now. They're saying, I have to stop advertising because I'm wasting it. And I say, yeah, you need to stop throwing money at advertising, because if you can't get somebody in the next 3 days, you're wasting your money. So they said, yeah, so that's we're having trouble getting our own patients in. So there's tons of opportunity. And there's technology that's coming out that's making dentistry faster, more comfortable for patients, and can make it more affordable for patients. And as soon as you make things more affordable, it opens up another whole opportunity. That's why Smile Direct Club, as crappy a product as it is, had so much success, because it opened the bottom of the clear aligner market that didn't exist before. And a whole bunch of people said, oh, I would pay $1,000 to get braces, even though that's not really what they're getting. They're not really getting, for the most part, real orthodontics. But that's, as soon as you become more affordable, the market gets wider, because the average American has $1,000 in the bank and is living paycheck to paycheck. The average American income is less than $50,000, the median income for the family. So there isn't a lot of excess cash, but people spend money on things that are a priority. If they find the money, they get boob jobs, they find the money to do stuff like that because it's important to them. They get chrome wheels on their car because why not? It makes the car so much better. Even though they can't even see the chrome wheels, they're sitting inside the car most of the time. So if we help people to appreciate the value of dentistry for what it is, it becomes an extremely abundant profession. And one of the things we'll probably talk about later, Kathryn, is the unique business model, financial model that dentistry is, which is very advantageous once you break through a certain level of production.